Hello, welcome to Record Sports Hotline Live, all the way from Miami, Florida, brought to you by Scottish Water. Every save counts on the pitch and off it. Keep showers short, only boil what you need and don't leave the tap running. Goals matter, but water is always worth saving. Search Scottish Water today. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by my Record Sport colleagues Keith Jackson and Scott McDermott, guys.
It's no Scottish water. It's no Scottish water that's the problem, Daniel. It's the
It's Miami water.
Floridian water that's going to be the problem. Listen, this is kind of breaking news for Hotline Live. We've just come out, Scott, at Steve Clarke's press conference. The weather forecasters, the local weather forecasters, are predicting serious thunder and lightning storms to roll into the area tomorrow night around about 7 p.m. US time here, which is a big problem because that's run about half time in the Scotland-Brazil match, this mouth-watering game we've all been looking forward to. We saw last night in Philadelphia, the France game was held up for 2 hours and 11 minutes when in similar circumstances. And I think Steve Clarke is already preparing for a significant stoppage during tomorrow night's game. Now, that's bad news for everybody. Bad news for us over here. It's bad news for trying to get a newspaper out because we're going to be looking at way into the wee small hours. And bad news as well for everybody back home who thought the marathon match was the first one against Haiti with a 2 a.m. kickoff back home. Well, this one you would think should finish, it's scheduled to finish at 1 a.m. back home. Scott, if you've got 2, potentially 3 hours, we saw what happened in the Club World Cup as well. A 4-hour delay for one of those games. So, you know, you could be looking at this game finishing at breakfast time if the weather predictions are right, if the forecasts are correct, and we're about to get hit. And by the way, we did, on our way into the press conference, There was thunder and lightning lighting up the really grey, you can see behind us, really dark grey sky over there. It looks a bit threatening, and it looks as if this game that everybody's had penciled round, a big red ring around it since the draw was made, looks as if it could get a really difficult delay, you know, slap bang in the middle of it, Scott.
It could have a massive impact, obviously, if there is a lengthy disruption. The most interesting thing for me, Jack, will listen to Steve Clarke, is him saying that they've actually put a strategy in place to deal with it. So you just wonder,
what contingency plan.
What does that entail?
I think it entails getting off the park and staying inside until it stops raining.
I know, but I think fitness-wise, that you need to do stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think you can come in after half an hour.
Then you're seizing up. Yeah.
I think that's a problem.
It'll be a sort of a exercise program or something to keep the bodies ticking over and the limbs fresh. Yeah. You can't just, you're right, Scott, you can't just come in after 45 minutes playing against Brazil. You'll seize up.
Yep.
So it will require the medical department, the conditioning people to put together some sort of program that keeps us ready for when we are allowed back out to continue the game, if there is a stoppage.
How do you fill the time? I mean, if it's genuinely 40 minute, an hour delay, how do you fill that time?
Well, the French had it last night and it was 2 hours.
Aye.
And this is the kind of local rules here in America, all across America, but it's particularly significant here in Florida because there's so many of these thunderstorms and lightning storms. The rule is, if there is a bolt of lightning anywhere within an 8-mile radius of the stadium itself, that's it. The game can't go on, and it doesn't continue until there's been a clear half hour between the last.
Half an hour.
Yeah. So if there's, and that's what happened with the France game last night. The thing might be over. You might think everyone's fine, but it's an 8-mile radius. Just one crack of lightning anywhere within 8 miles, you're not allowed back out. That's the rules here. I think it could be a long night, but in more ways than one.
You're talking about thunder and lightning, but the humidity here,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's totally different. I know we prepared, the Scotland team prepared for these conditions. They tried to acclimatise in the kind of pre-camp before the World Cup, but I mean, getting into those games in Boston, I don't think it was anything like.
It was fresher. The air was fresher. It's heavy here. It's heavy.
It's sticky.
I tell you what, Scott. Even last night, so we went out locally, after moaning a bit about where we've been stuck, we went down to Hollywood Beach, was obviously where I belong, and
That was all right, wasn't it? It was all right.
it was nice. But when we come back, getting back towards the hotel, when you get out the taxi, the heat, and that was, because obviously we were in bed very early because we're professionals.
Oh, of course.
Aye, the back. It was about 9 o'clock at night, which is again when this game would be going on. The heat, it actually felt more intense at that time of night. That was the weird thing for me. It was as if the heat was coming up off the ground at 9 o'clock at night. So I don't know. I mean, there were so many circumstances.
My specs are steaming up, and actually our producer Darryl has asked me to ask you guys to give your mic a shake because the sound's getting a bit mad, or take the muffler off or something like that because it's the moisture's getting to it. He has saying to me in the chat, it's the moisture.
Is that any better?
It's a little bit clearer for me actually. He's saying they do it, but anyway, Chick says in the comments, which is a good point. We are better in the rain, so that's I think important to point out. We are always better in the rain. Surely, if it's raining tomorrow night, that can only help us.
In Brazil, Daniel, they've got rainforests in Brazil.
That's a very good point.
Don't want to dampen your enthusiasm there, so to speak, but they're used to a bit of rain in Brazil.
That's right. The Scottish players might be great for a wee bit of rain.
Yeah.
Given the heat, but it's not going to have a huge impact on the humidity. That's the killer for them. So, listen, I just don't think they'll want a disruption. As Jackal touched on, this is the biggest game in these players' lives tomorrow night, and you wouldn't want to think that it's disrupted by weather, torrential rain, thunder and lightning, a big stoppage. You're adding that stoppage to the hydration breaks that are already in place. It's not exactly how you want the biggest game of your career to go.
I'm sorry to jump in, guys, but the sound is really bad. I think there's a wee video we can watch. Well, our producer Daryl's asking if we can give our mics a wipe with our shirt. Apparently, it's the moisture. A lot of the guys in the comments commenting on it as well. Look, apologies if you're watching at home. These things happen. We're out and about, and it's been raining. The moisture is incredible. It's been pretty brutal so far. I don't know if our producer Daryl can show us a little bit of the Tartan Army. There you go, arriving into town in style as they usually do. Looking good. The away kit, I would love to know how many of those away kits they've sold because they're absolutely everywhere here in America. And so looking good. While we try and fix our mic problems, apologies for that. William says in the comments, welcome to Florida. Clearwater Beach, Florida here. Honestly, look, it's a beautiful place. We've only been here one night, Miami, but the heat, the humidity, it has been suffocating so far. It's been absolutely brutal. And it only remains to be seen how you play football in this, to be honest with you. The Brazilians, you'd imagine, are a bit more acclimatised to it. But for us Scots, it's hard to walk 5 yards. So running 12k is probably not going to be the easiest. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I need to improve my fitness somewhat. Let me see if we can hear the guys a bit better now.
Daniel?
Guys, come in.
Daniel, is that any better?
I can hear you, but it's very... we've got some severe technical problems.
I don't think the electrical storms in the area are helping this, so... But I can hear you, no problem. I can hear you, but our apologies, guys. Not much we can do.
No, of course, I know. Daryl is saying if you can maybe yank the mic or use the phone or whatever, but look, there's not a lot we can do, guys. Apologies watching at home. The humidity, as I've said, is absolutely incredible. The moisture that's in the air has just been absolutely unbelievable. Andy Robertson spoke today as well. He was in good form too. He was asked if Scotland beat Brazil tomorrow night, will Miami run out of beer? And to be honest, it kind of feels like there's a good chance that could happen. Let me have a look. Some of the comments. Sing the Blues says it sounds like a Commodore 64 game. I apologise, Sing the Blues. Listen, it's not what we can do in these circumstances. Ian,
is that any better, guys?
That's a little bit better actually. I can hear you. It's crackly, but I can hear you.
Well, apologies to everybody back home. We're trying our best here, but we're not sound technicians. So yeah, I mean, like
I don't know what else to say, Dan, other than, you know, potentially a very long night tomorrow night, fully on the park and off it. But you're right, Andy Robertson spoke. I thought he came across really well, as he always does, Scott. I just feel
Me too.
that I just feel that there's a sort of real spirit ahead of this game. It feels as if they understand this might be the night of their lives. Tight to walk the walk. Yeah.
Got the result they wanted the first game against Haiti, albeit a few more goals. Against Morocco, they were understaffed, start of the game, they know they come into the second half. Despite that, you really test the Moroccan goalkeeper, they built his chances. So they put themselves in a decent position in those two results, I think in those two performances. They're in a good position to go and try and qualify for the first time ever by hitting about two. Tomorrow night is massive. You know, it's iconic. Brazil, the World Cup in the Miami Stadium. You're back to thousands.
Home of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
80,000 capacity.
So you're right. I mean, it's tough. Brazil, one of the top teams in the world. They'll be looking to go and win this thing. So we'll accept it's not going to be an easy task. But we've said it all week. We've got to like. We need to go and try and make a mark this game.
Yeah.
Go a few punches and really get down swinging. And it's not for us or it's for the fans, it's for these players. It's not you know, you can't sit around and shout for 3 days to discover
Wait about knowing inside there's probably a slim chance here. I need to do something now. This time last night, Daniel, I did say to you that we would have some really, I thought, significant news going up online at 10:30 last night. That significant news, of course, I'm sure everybody's caught up with by now, is that Ben Gannon Dope, my understanding, will start the game. That's the plan, unless there's any 11th-hour pitches or an injury or a setback in training. The plan is to unleash Ben Gannon Dope. I'm personally thrilled about that, Scott. I'm thrilled about it because it tells me, I think that's a sign of a signal that Steve Clarke isn't just going to try and man the barricades here and overload bodies in midfield and just be sort of trying to survive against this Brazilian side. He's going to try and create problems. Ben Gannon Dope starts. I wonder, Scott, who else? For I think the both of us think that Lon Shanklin. If you're going to play your best creative player, you might as well play your best finisher.
I'm sorry to jump in again, guys, but we're losing you again with the audio. Apologies to everyone watching at home. It's just the audio that's, the moisture that's getting into the phones and laptops. We're out and about. We're here at the Miami Stadium and we're trying our best. I mean, the guy been out here 23 days now, non-stop, and we've not really had any technical problems so far. This is the first one. We apologise. We will try and make up for it. He's saying there about Ben Gannon Doak. He understands we'll start tomorrow night, which could be huge for Scotland, and fingers crossed. As I say, I'm going to bring this to an end. We will try and make up for it. We apologise, guys. We've been doing 2 shows a day on some occasions, and we'll try and make up for it. But for now, thank you so much for joining us on Hotline Live, brought to you by Scottish Water. Thank you for all the comments. As I say, we'll try and get back to you again soon. Thanks for watching.